being able to go to the homes and speak to the family and speak to the parents and the kids and seeing what the problems are that, that we need to fix instead of it continue being a cycle again. It's, to me, is a better feeling. It feels humbling being able to go and help out the kids and not just arrest the kids for any issues, give them the help. There's other issues that are happening at home, and that's the issues that we need to address with the kids.
30 years ago, I was trained in law enforcement. I lock them up and everybody else takes care of the rest. From a crime fighting perspective, all I care about was the dots. Make arrests and let's keep moving. I never asked the who, what, when, where, and why. Who are those people behind those dots? And so when I started to recognize that those young people I was locking up was destroying them, is when, it would be saying, you have to do something differently. And when I looked down on a piece of paper and saw how many kids I was arresting, many of them African-American, Latino kids, it was shocking for me. It's disappointing to me. I'm locking up children for coming to school with scissors. I'm locking up children who are coming with school with mace, young ladies who would come to school with mace. We would arrest them, fingerprint them, photograph them, and hold them in a cell block. Why the heck are we putting them through all this trauma? Why can't we do a pre-arrest diversion? I am not going to arrest kids for fighting in schools anymore. We have to come up with something different. And that's when Department of Human Services, who handles all of our juvenile justice supports here, I made the decision that we can give you the programs that the system already had, that the courts can use, and that was just a home run.
Kevin Bethel is basically the glue. He started this whole process. He came to us, he presented the idea, we were excited about it. We agreed with him wholeheartedly that it's traumatic to go through that process for any young person, but especially those really younger kids. And he did the same thing with the school district. He made his rounds. He did the same thing with the district attorney's office. He made his rounds and he did his homework and he got buy-in from all of us, and that's how it happened. Hello. Hello. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right. You don't know, the officer's still back there,
Officer Ramirez just went that way. Officer Bay might still be there.
Okay, all right, thank you.
At this current point, we have diverted over 2,200 youth in this Philadelphia school district, parochial and charter, more of the school district. That would have been 2,200 youth that would have experienced the trauma of the system. So, now those youth been given a second chance to do the right thing. These are our UCR codes, and these are like codes that you find in terms of like arrest. These are all the offenses that we divert for. Disorderly conduct. Scissors, knives, anything that would be considered a cutting instrument. BB guns is another one. Marijuana, K2, pills, vandalism, trespassing. Not that many years ago, during that 2012 era, 2014, youth, if you were caught with any of these items on you, you would be arrested. Yeah, there would be no question, and you would have to go through that preliminary hearing, and even if you were found guilty or not guilty, you still went through the trauma of the process.
You can change policy, but someone can change it back, right? It's another thing to really create an environment where it's part of the culture. And so that will be the challenge, is how you take policy changes. I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay. But then someone gets elected, I'm going to go back to doing what I used to do. The culture changes when we all agree it's a police policy, everybody talks about it, everyone knows, we're never going back.
We've been at this thing like 5 years now. And so, early on, there was definitely resistance from teachers, principals. There's some police officers didn't have buy-in to it. But people had to see after a while that this thing is working. And all these kids aren't quote unquote bad kids. A lot of them made mistakes. A lot of them forgot something in their bag. When you talk about zero tolerance, if I forget some scissors in my bag because I was working on something the night before, or if I was at work the night before and I grab my bag and just go, it's not because I had bad intentions. I forgot. And so we have to look at every case individually. And when the kids come back and do well and have a better relationship with their teachers and the police officers and school resource officers, that all helps. And so we're not going to change everybody's mind. We know that. We get that. But, person by person, I think we've done a good job so far. We've gotten a lot more buy-in than we had in the past. And we're just looking forward to continuing this thing and minimizing the number of kids that come through this doorway downstairs.